Hey everybody, it's Crystal from crystalbeastrology.com. And today I want to talk about Mars in retrograde. And I originally hadn't planned on really kind of talking about this topic until later in August or September, because Mars doesn't really actually go retrograde until September 9th. But at the time of this video, this is the end of July, I noticed something and it made me want to do this video a little bit earlier. And when I started to dive a little bit deeper, I made some discoveries, which of course I want to share with all of you. So let's kind of back up a little bit and talk about Mars, because Mars right now is traveling direct forward in the sign of Aries, and Mars wearing his Aries clothes is his best placement out of every single sign. He just looks good. He feels good. He wants to initiate, to get things going, to get things, to really get this party started. Aries is kind of like a toddler in a way, though. It likes to, experiment and try. Even if it's going to fall, it knows that it can pick itself back up, and it doesn't have any fear. It doesn't have any, it's not concerned about the consequences of things. And there's so many wonderful things about being a pioneer, about being an initiator, and about being a warrior, because Aries is also a warrior sign. It likes to fight. Now, Mars right now, at the time of this video, is going direct, but he actually entered the shadow zone on July 25th, which is a few days before I made this video, of his retrograde. So we right now are getting a little bit of an indicator as to what are themes that are going to potentially be difficult for us during this retrograde season, the Mars retrograde season. And the Mars retrograde season is going to begin on September 9th and go until November 13th. But the shadow, which is always the beginning period and then the after period, is going to be, it began on July 25th, and the shadow will not be over until January 2nd. So, even though we're not quite to September 9th right yet, it's important to understand Mars retrograde. And even though Mars will go direct on November 13th, you're going to feel the shadow. Things aren't going to go exactly as you want until the beginning of 2021. But what's the best part about dealing with the Mars retrograde? Well, it's the new beginnings that happen thereafter, because wherever Mars, stations direct, it's really going to create a huge surge of something new for you. And you're seeing what that is now. It's not going to happen as fast as you want. It's not going to really happen until the beginning of, it's not going to really come together until the beginning of 2021. But you're going to feel better about things once you hit mid-November when he goes direct. But let's just kind of, understand how to work with Mars retrograde, because we can use this time right now to prepare for what's going to happen. So when Mars goes backwards, he gets angry. He gets very angry. And if you don't have an energy outlet, and there are many different types of energy outlets, there is, I myself personally have been running. Have I been running every day? No, but I try to run several times a week. And once I do that, I feel a million times better. And I know that getting into the habit of that now is going to help me when I get to September. Do you have to run? No, there's many different energy outlets you can use. You can be creative. You can write. It's another energy outlet that I use. You can listen to music. You can, sit by a fire. You can, find whatever energy outlet you can use. And sometimes it can be physical, some people do well with physical outlets, but others don't. So I'm not a fan of saying this is what you have to do. I'm a fan of saying, hey, try a few different things in order to see what works for you. Something that may have worked for you last year may not be working for you now. And I've kind of encountered that myself, where there's different energy outlets that I used to really love to do that have been taken away from me. And so I've been, trying to incorporate some new ones. I encourage all of you to do that, because if you have your energy flowing, it's going to help when the energy planet starts moving backwards, because once that happens, things are going to start to get pent up. Things are going to start to get angry. And if you are feeling good inside, you will not be able to, or you will be less likely to attack or create unkindness. And I have my kindness matters mantra back in the back of me, because again, I'm sensing that there is a brewing of anger, and it's from different things that are happening out in our world. And, there's a lot of really important topics that are fueling people from many different angles. And I'm not here to say what is right or what's wrong, and, putting your energies and efforts toward any one of those things. What I'm here to say is that we all can become much more effective if we can rein in our anger, or if we can rein in the way that we use our desire to initiate things. So again, just something to think about. And, Mars retrograde is going to be a huge, huge, part of 2020. So here we are, we're more than halfway through the year, but we also have yet another important turning point that needs to happen. Another important, kind of drive towards action, or rather inaction. And how are we going to deal with that? So right now we're in the shadow period, kind of be in tune with what's going on. The shadow period began on July 25th. Mars will begin going retrograde on September 9th, and that will go until November 13th. Wherever Mars is in your astrology at that time is going to be a huge initiation for you, and it's going to lead all the way up until the beginning of 2021. I have written about this in my member horoscopes. Feel free to check it out. I will be definitely sharing more information as we get into September about, different things that you can do to, work with the Mars retrograde and certain, combinations that are going to be happening as we go through the retrograde. But for right now, I think it's important to prepare. What are you going to do? What are you going to do with yourself? What are you going to do with your energy? What are you going to do? Kind of direct it towards something positive, not towards being mean to others, because that isn't really going to get any of us anywhere. All right, everybody. I will see everybody soon. More information in my horoscopes, or feel free to check out any of the information up on my blog. Thanks, everybody. Bye.